Hello Scorpio, Scorpio rising and Scorpio moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting May 8th, 2017. And a quick reminder for you Scorpio people out there, remember, if you ever want to get a session with me, you do need to go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. You can follow the links below. There's a self-schedule application on there, or you can get a downloadable video file, whichever you like. So what's going on with your astrology this week, Scorpio? Well, this week we have a lot of good, and it all starts on Tuesday with the Sun in Taurus in your 7th house of closest one-on-one relationships. This could be a romantic partnership, this could be a BFF, roommate, business partner, again, whoever we share a great deal of one-on-one time with. Now, it's going to be forming a nice connection to Pluto, currently retrograde in your 3rd house of communications, and we're going to be reopening a conversation or a dialogue about something serious but also mutually beneficial with somebody that's been kind of taken off the table. You know, whether this was something we both took off the table because it wasn't the right time or place, or quite possibly something that we just had to avoid or we've been avoiding that, you know, really has no sense being avoided. Pluto retrograde in the 3rd house can also indicate opportunities to re-cement a contract or a commitment with this person, especially in a professional sense, or possibly even, you know, do some rearranging of how responsibilities are shared in this partnership. I will also say, because Pluto retrograde is in the 3rd, it's a time where between now and September, a lot of Scorpio people are going to be getting back in touch with people they have not been speaking to for a long time, for just simply the reasons of people growing apart and getting too busy. And a lot of it's going to start with the people you share that one-on-one time with, or you used to spend all of that time with. So a lot of commitments coming back. When it comes to your latter half of the week, we've got Mars, planet of action and energy, currently in your 8th house of shared resources and passive income, forming a gorgeous connection to Jupiter, currently retrograde in your 12th house. And usually with Mars in the passive income sector, this can be a time where we make a lot of money, but we spend a lot of money all at the same time. But this connection to Jupiter is really going to stabilize this energy, and you're going to be noticing that quite possibly, you know, with Jupiter retrograde in the 12th house, something that you've been keeping under your hat as far as debuting as a personal business plan, or possibly even a personal goal for your intimate life, because the 8th house can rule intimacy and romance as well to a certain degree, more sensuality and physicality and sexuality though. We're actually able to sort of bring this to the surface to be seen, whether it's going to, you know, be a really, really fun couple of days for you and a partner, or possibly even an opportunity for you to gain some kind of credibility or good publicity for something you thought your audience, your readership, your customer base was not actually going to jive on. Turns out it will. And it's making these areas more personal. That's the story with this, you know, Mars in the 8th, Jupiter in the 12th. How do we get more personal with everybody? Sometimes we think we've got to be very reserved, you know, and put on only one kind of front. Walls are coming down, and believe me, the real you is more popular than the professional you, it seems. I've noticed that too. I'm just trying to bring all the sass. So what is going on with your cards? Well, for your spiritual advice, we've got the card of the Wild Hunt. And I'm giving this a bit of a look over because I got this too from Virgo. And the Wild Hunt can indicate a week of tremendous activity, but a lot of it, again, the baseline message has a lot to do with snowball effects. Everything gets off and hits the ground running. So whatever you get started with this week, just be prepared. It's going to be a lot more demanding in the beginning of your time and your energy. If you have it to devote, that's fabulous. But this is definitely not a wouldn't it be nice kind of energy. This is sort of like, we don't mention it unless we're going to do it. And with the Wild Hunt, this can be a time where there's a lot of excitement, a lot of actual, you know, a lot of personal enjoyment, a lot of fun there. But I think that with the Wild Hunt card this week, it's also important to pay attention to, again, that Mars in the 8th house. Some things may be more expensive or more time-consuming than we could have expected. So don't actually embark or initiate until you actually have the time and the energy to devote to that. It's not even a warning, it's just kind of like, believe me, you're going to get what you want, but it may come faster and with more energy than you expected. There's no slow starts this week. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and your financial life, we've got the Five of Wands reversed. This could be a really nice week for those of you who are looking for a bit of a slowdown or a bit of a stop to any kind of negative energy surrounding the workplace, especially if people have been fighting a lot, people have not been getting along, maybe it seems like coworkers are having fractious friendships, maybe we're not even getting along with our clients and customers, maybe everyone's attitudes are going through a bit of a shift. The Five of Wands reverse can indicate a much-needed rest and relaxation period, so it could be a week where things slow down a little bit in terms of just how much interactive activity you have. Financially, however, this does not mean things are going to be slow, as in, costly. In fact, with the Five of Wands reversed, you can usually count on things coming a lot easier this week. And possibly somebody who's been competing for your time or your energy, or taking up a lot of space, holding up the line, holding up the works, will stand aside. Luckily, making things a lot easier for you to push forward any initiatives that have been taking forever when it comes to your work and your finances. For your communications with air, when it comes to friends, relatives, and the others in your life, we do have the Hermit card reversed. Again, people who have been gone for a while, gone for a long while, coming back into your space. The Hermit card reversed is saying somebody who's taken space away will be coming back into your space this week. This could be an old friend, a relative we'd lost touch with, yes, quite possibly even an ex. But with the Hermit card reversed, I kind of feel like this is somebody that we are still on good terms with, but we've just been, again, out of touch. If you've been missing this person, wondering where this person has gotten off to, or maybe it's been so long you haven't even given them a thought, be prepared for a nice surprise. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Three of Wands. Upright, we're going back to that acceleration, okay, that we saw with the Frenzy. That is the Wild Hunt card. And when we look at the Three of Wands, it's basically saying here staying in touch, staying in the know, and keeping those spinning plates going. When I look at the Three of Wands as a challenge, a lot of it can be our availability to respond, contribute, and participate, as something becomes more and more of an active priority. Sometimes we have, with the Three of Wands, we need to be able to respond in the moment. Keep that phone charged. Keep don't put it on silent, even though that can be kind of mentally unhealthy. The issue is that everything is going to require a bit of a moment's notice reaction this week. And so be careful about being too lackadaisical, especially, again, with the things that you initiate. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Moon card upright. First impressions may be deceiving this week, good or bad, so it's very important for those of you who are single and looking not to reach any, conclusive conclusions when it comes to new people. People who give off bad impressions may actually be better than their first impression makes. We don't want to be too administrative or businessy when it comes to a romantic relationship. That's emotional territory, The Moon card upright, however, can also indicate don't give somebody too many points for knowing how to push all the right buttons and check off all the right boxes, because they may just be a really good actor. The Moon card upright can say that this week it's not a good time to come to any kind of conclusions about somebody that you're currently dating either. Again, there will be more as we get into the latter half of this week and into the beginning of next week. For those of you who are currently coupled, the Moon card upright can indicate an interesting period where your partner is kind of taking on a new personality, and it's more like this person is bringing something back from their past, who they used to be, and it may just feel like a brand new person that we're not familiar with. We might not, maybe you didn't know your partner back in, when they were younger, when they were in college, or when they were, in high school. Something's coming back for them. This could be good. This could be something that kind of makes them feel more whole, and thus, changes their behavior in the relationship and then the family for the better. Or this may be something that could be a sign that they're trying to work something out that they've taken too long to get to work on. Time will tell. So that is your horoscope, Scorpio. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.